Good morning, everybody. Buenos dias. How we doing? Hope everyone had a good night's sleep, or if you're in some other crazy time zone, happy evening. I don't know. I don't know where we're all at, but good to be with you guys this morning. Strong push up this morning. This is kind of crazy. Oh man, looks like there was actually a setup at about a half an hour ago. Wish I would have been around. Look at this. You got this trend right here. Then you got to break that, expecting a new extreme to be formed, which it did. And then you got a second entry long, first entry, second entry. Not going to take that one because it's below the EMA. But then you push up here and you have this higher low confirmation of that second entry long. So that's a good setup right there. Right off the EMA, you're expecting a new extreme. This is like a perfect, beautiful up move. If you caught that, that's a good trade, and you still got a runner going. So yeah, looks like I need to work on getting up earlier in the morning. Anyone catch any of that move? We got some more disciplined folks out there that got up a little earlier. Ah, macaroons. All right. 8 points. Dang, that's sweet. Good work. You must not be on West Coast time. Good morning, Gary. I'm gonna mark stuff on my chart, I think. Sweet East Coast time, baby. Yeah, so that's, I mean, you could probably consider this setup like a confirmation of a visual second entry long, because this little move up, it's all kind of part of this first move. So you can look at this as like the first move. That would be the first entry. That would be the second entry. And then the higher low is confirmation. You might have just traded this second entry, although it didn't tick lower. That was a nice bullish bar. I mean, that's such a clean upward move that you're definitely expecting some continuation of that. And macaroons got a little piece of that, or a big piece actually. 8 points. That's legit. Happy Friday too, forgot to mention. Hopefully I'm not buffering. It looks like my internet is not super strong this morning, unfortunately. This weekend I'm going to hardwire my computer in to the Ethernet. We're going to do a little crawling, guys. A little crawl space adventure. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, Apex is doing 80% off just for a few days. I'm sure you probably saw that on this little banner. But good time to, if you're looking to try to get funded, good time to grab a couple evaluation accounts. Sales only go until Tuesday, so good to hop on. I actually grabbed a couple as well, and I thought so up here in the corner you can see I actually got a 25k account. I've never traded this before, but I thought it might be better for the purposes of doing like a funded account challenge here, since I'm only trading a couple hours in the morning with you guys. It might take a long time for me to get funded on the 50k account. I still got it going with the trade copier, but I figured this would probably get us funded quicker. So new 25k account. It's got like a 1500 drawdown. We'll see if we can get that funded. It should only, it will be a little sketch. I'm really gonna trade it aggressively with 4 contracts, so there is a likelihood that it gets stopped out, but really only need a few good trades to pass it. So we'll see. We'll try to be really selective and see if we can get funded live on stream. Hey Jacko, good morning. Well, unfortunately there's not another setup now that we already had that one. Although this is looking really nice for, I don't know, the possibility of a trend day. What is a trend day? You guys even heard of that before? I'm gonna check out the possibility of a larger trend. Something like that. Look at the exponential moving average is following closely to that channel I just drew. That's always a good sign. One way to confirm channels that you're drawing, if they are if the EMA is mirroring them, that's a good sign that you're on the right track. I'm gonna check out the 10k chart, see how that's doing. Just straight up, yeah. See, look on the 10k, that definitely looks like that. So even more confirmation for me. Matches up on the 10k, matches up with the EMA. I think that looks pretty good. Would like to for sure see this come all the way to the top before coming back down to really confirm this channel. Morning, Aaron. What's up? Hope you're doing good this morning. Nice. All right. Good deal. Good deal. Take it slow. Don't try to rush it. That's my biggest advice if you're doing an Apex evaluation. Don't set a time limit. Don't say, oh man, I'm gonna pass this in whatever, a month even. Don't. Yeah, just take it slow. Just chill. Find good trades. Stick with the high probability, and you'll be surprised at how fast it goes. But if you try to make it fast, at least for me, it did not work out well. Yeah. Good morning, Pete. Good morning. Yeah, if we move this much in pre-market, sometimes the move just kind of gets played out and we just compress. But alternatively, sometimes it's just the start of a huge, large move. The former uptrend line. Oh, okay. Around here. Oh, the daily trend line. I see. Okay. Yeah, who knows? Looks like after that, that move's already kind of losing steam. Looks like we're going to get a correction without even reaching the upper end of the channel. Oh well, what can you expect? Yeah, that always could be. That always could be. But, you know, if we get down to this trend line, it's going to be hard to not take a second entry with how nice this move looks. If one sets up really nicely at the EMA, I'm going to have a hard time not taking it. Thanks, Zippins. You too. Happy Green Friday. Yeah, like if this sets up really nicely, come on, man. I don't think I can pass that up. And that's another thing. I'm going to draw the measured move. This is the kind of circumstance we'll especially see something like that. And look how perfectly it ends up at the top of the channel there. Would also expect this correction to probably be the same distance. So we might see a break of the channel there. Yeah, if it looks nice, I think I'm gonna have to take it, guys. I think I will. Now, to be clear, I am looking for, you know, I really want to see 2 legs of correction. I've been talking about this a lot, but, you know, currently we are in a short-term trend, short-term correction trend. So I want to see a clear break of this short-term correction, something like that, and then my second entry. If we just kind of, you know, do this and get the second entry like this, I won't take it. But if we get a clear break of it, that's tradable in my opinion. So that's what I'm looking for. Oops. I'm going to put a line here where the measured move is, so I can take these arrows off my chart. And that will be a target if we get in a trade. No, you know, macaroons, I don't avoid trades if they happen right at the open. If it's a good setup, I'll take it. I haven't seen any no, the open doesn't really impact my decision. I haven't seen it like affect a good setup. If something lines up just right, it usually plays out. That's what I've found. Of course, it doesn't happen all the time, right? I mean, I don't have a huge sample size because it's a very specific window of time. But today, yeah, I'll probably take it. Even if it's like right at the open. Looks like we are working on our first entry here. We're right around that 4,000 mark too. This is an interesting point for all of this to be happening. That pretty key level. Still didn't get that first entry on that move. And again, if we are still below this channel, or sorry, still below this short-term trend when the second entry happens, we'll not take it. And it looks like that's probably what's going to occur, or we're just going to drop into oblivion. 5 minutes to the open. Going back to the 10K here, just want to check things out. We just broke these highs from a couple days ago here. And this is pretty rangy. Not a lot of trends going on, so we just broke those highs here. This could also just be a liquidity grab that maybe we see fail right at the open. Oh, I wish those lines ended up. Hey, Grant. Speaking of liquidity grabs, there's the expert himself. 4003 is where that line is at, so I'm gonna draw that on my chart because these are the highs from a few days ago. Just poked above it. The open might see us just drop off now. Any thoughts about that, Grant? What are you seeing? Good morning, Madhav. You got 1425 right there. Well, those are two distinct possibilities. Still do not have our first entry. 424. I think I have that mark too. Almost. 423. For those of you still learning how to count entries, you'll notice on this that from the swing high, each bar does not go one tick above the previous bar. This bar is lower, this bar goes lower. This bar has an equal high, never ticks higher, still going lower. So this is all just one pullback. We don't even have our first entry. Here's the open. John, you can buy the license. You having a license is the only way that you'd be able to trade with the chart trader and using the ATM strategies like I'm doing. But John, yeah, like Jocko said, if you just get an Apex account, they provide you with that license. So you can also do that. And again, it's a good time to do that. We have they just dropped the 80% off lifetime sale only for a few days until Tuesday. So good time to jump in on that if that's something you're considering. there's our first entry, occurring quite far below the EMA. Maybe we have a wider correction. I think we might. It's pushing down. Quite substantially. I think that might be our correction channel now. So I'm not going to trade a second entry at this point because it's going to happen below EMA. So we'll need a higher low confirmation. This is all just one big pullback. This is the first time a bar goes higher. So this is our first entry, and we did have a little pullback here. So if this bar ticks higher, that will be our second entry. And looks like that's what's going to happen. There we go. There's our second entry. Hopefully you're seeing that more and more. So again, I will still trade this if we get a push up here and then a higher low. Yes, the second entry long has now failed. So it fails once it triggers, which again, right here, it triggered right there above this bar. So once a bar then ticks below that, below the signal bar, it fails. So right there, it failed. So in one bar you had a second entry long and a failed second entry long. John, no, I wouldn't take that short. Because always zoom out, right? We have this very bullish move up. You don't want to bet against that. That is more likely to continue than to fail. So you're expecting, we have a break of that big channel, you're expecting a push up. So you don't want to take a failure there. If anything, you're looking to take a long. But because it's occurring below the EMA, I'm holding off, and you ought to hold off, but that doesn't necessarily mean go short. It means wait and see. Now, if we continue to push down and stay below the EMA and keep making lower lows, now you can look for a short. But right now, we're just kind of in this middle zone between confirmed long and confirmed short. Although, John, here's one thing I would say. If you just had this short-term channel here, you already have a break and new extreme of that, and then a push down, you might look at a failed second entry long. I still don't like it because that's definitely bullish. You want to go with the overall bias. The overall bias is still bullish, so Yeah, I think you just want to chill. Sit on them hands, yep. And now we're definitely... Yeah, this stuff gets really fractal. Yeah, I know. That's so true, Aaron. The best bet when it gets kind of confusing like that is look at the larger. The larger trend always takes precedence. So if you find yourself like, wow, I have 3 or 4 different channels that need new extremes, look at the biggest one, and that's what you're. That one's going to take precedence. But yeah, when you have there's some days when it's like, dude, I have 5 different channels that need new extremes. I'm not sure, and half of them are short, half of them are long. I wouldn't say the biggest one is going to form a new extreme before the smallest one, but that's your larger bias. Even if it's not a bias for the whole day, that's your larger bias, so you're going to want to trade with that. And then all the correction channels, you're just waiting for those to be done so that then you can join the larger bias. And newest to oldest, I mean, that's also a thing too. Like if you have, we had this correction channel that, I mean, it did get a new low, but let's say, just for the sake of an example, like you have something like this, and then more price action, and then you get another little bearish move. Well, this one is the one you're keying off of, because this one happened first. So yeah, I guess there are some times when you would, it's kind of a first come first served thing as well. Boy, that got rejected. Yeah, I don't think this is technically a new extreme, but I would treat it as such. If we'd strongly pushed above the EMA, that'd be enough for me. But since you had this move down right after, it does feel like we might push lower. News in 6 minutes. Thanks for the call out, Madhav. Let's sit on those hands, boys. Sit on those hands. It's gonna get crazy. Thank you, Grant. Appreciate that insight. I'm guessing this is the fair value gap up here, that 4014. I am also expecting a push up. I'm definitely bullish here. Well, not bullish, but I'm more bullish than bearish. going to take a look at the 10K. $10K looks pretty clear that this is just a break of this larger move and we should expect a new extreme. That's another thing informing me here. Man, this is starting to get stacked right here. And with news coming out in just a couple minutes, this could get ugly real fast. Here we go, buckle up, 2 minutes. Hold on to your seats. Keep your fingers off of the buy button and the sell button. Oh, 10 a.m.? I thought there was also... Nice, Chaco. I thought we also had 9:45 news as well. Oof, this could be a little higher low after a failed second entry short. It's just so, yeah, no, I can't take that. It's so congested and choppy. It's only yellow news, but this definitely is getting a little whippy. That's something. Yeah, Gary, that's for sure. Seems like that's been the case this last week. Does look like we're going to get that new extreme. Price is pushing. Trying to get up here. Unfortunately, it wasn't super clean, but was looking at the failed second entry short. You had your second entry short here. Failed right there, but I was just so congested. And then I was looking at the higher low, but that bar is kind of a doji. Didn't come out super strong. Juan, I'm going to answer your question in a second, but it looks like stream quality dropped, so I don't want to cut out here. Yeah, just a slow, kind of half-hearted move up. Juan, to answer your question, I have withdrawn money from Apex many times, and there's been no issues. They're very, very upfront with the withdrawal rules, so there are limits for the first 4 withdrawal periods. That's clearly spelled out. So yeah, but aside from that, you're good to go. And the withdrawal limits, I think they're pretty, they're fine, especially if you have multiple accounts. Like you can still withdraw 40 grand a month for the first 4 months. So if you have enough accounts, so yeah, hasn't really gotten in my way, and it helps you build up your account some more and help build up your withdrawal, so you're not trading on the edge. So but yeah, then after the first 4 withdrawal periods, you're good to go, and you can take as much out as you want. So I've never had a problem with it. And that is a good point. It's good to read the fine print on funding companies on withdrawals. Some I know have like a max limit for the money you can withdraw, during your lifetime of the account. Apex doesn't have that. It's unlimited. Failed second entry long. Man, I don't know about that. We're still waiting to get a new extreme from this larger channel. I think we still push up here. Yeah, no problem, Juan. Try it out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised if you've been with other funding companies. I've tried several different companies, and yeah, I think Apex is hands down, they offer the best. I mean, there's always pros and cons, right? But I think for me at least, for what my style of trading, what I'm looking for, the pros are way stacked up. So the failed second entry long, I mean, you would really, for that to be valid, you would need to push down pretty steep here below the EMA, and have a clear bearish move like that. That's the only way that I would take a failed second entry long. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's what's happening. We got our first entry right here, and the second entry might happen, you know, right around here. That's too sideways. You don't want to take that on a failure. And it looks like we are getting that push to an extreme here. This is exactly what we were expecting. Unfortunately, we already had a break of this channel in a new extreme, so there's no way to really join this move now. Could have played that second entry long, first entry, second entry, but happened above that bearish bar right there. You want to steer clear of that. I would have considered it, John. Yeah, I would have considered it. I would have wanted it to happen maybe a little bit lower to where the body of the bar was a little bit more on the EMA. But I definitely would have considered that trade for sure. I'm gonna look at the 10K, see if there's any obvious wider trends here. Might be able to do that. That looks pretty decent. See if we can find that on our 2K chart. That fits pretty nice. I'm gonna keep it up there for now. Although, if that's the channel we're trading, it's gonna take a while before we get it set up. Thursday's high. I think that's what we had over here, right? What's today? Oh, you're talking about last Thursday. Today's Thursday, duh. Looks like we're above Monday's high. That's what this is, I believe. Also got 4 minutes till 4 minutes till red news. Dun dun dun. 4:25. Let's check that out. Once I got my days mixed up, Thursday, so Monday. Oh, is that a big old candle right there? Oh, that day got cut off for me, that's why. You know, if you take away all the big channels, Grant, do you actually have a position on too, or are these just where you're looking for price to go? Well, I'm waiting for that response. Like I was saying, if you delete all these big channels, if you delete that one and even that one, what you're gonna have is you're gonna have a break in a new extreme here. Sorry, I'll draw that out. Break in a new extreme here. This has a break in a new extreme here. This has a break in a new extreme here. So without all those big channels, they're all these ones are played out. So if you're not looking for that bigger move, it looks like we have some downside potential here. Cool, Grant. Thanks for filling us in. We'll hope you get filled then. Hope it comes back and fills you. A nice orderly correction here. I'm going to put that big channel back on my chart. Another possibility rather than that huge one is more of like a spike in a channel pattern right here. That fits pretty nice too. Man, my chart's starting to look a bit crowded, but here's the news. There's the first entry. It'll be tempting to take the second entry if it forms really nice. Could have our second entry right here, right at that key entry point, but below the EMA. If it pushes up and gives a higher low, I might trade that. Good call, Grant. That's called wisdom. we get a higher low, I might enter here. A little dicey because it's news, but that would be okay. Well, that took away my doubt. Not gonna do that. Zoom out here and see what we got. This bigger one's invalidated. Take that off. See if this wide one is. Doesn't look like it. It's got to hold now. If it does hold, I'll consider a failed second entry short. Yeah, this is kind of the moment of truth here. We really need to push up now to retain any semblance of bullishness. If we keep pushing down, we got another thing going. Okay, here we go. Push back into the channel. I like this. I will look for a failed second entry short. It's got to happen above, for sure above the channel line. Ideally above the EMA too. Looking for like something like this. Actually be better if it happened kind of low like this and then the second one was right there. That's what I would like to see. Cool, there's our first entry. See if we can get a little push higher here. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so I'm going to delete this wider up channel. That is invalidated as well. So now this looks like what we're working with. This larger channel that already had a break in new extreme. This down channel, which had a break, we are now forming a new extreme. And then we'll look for some sort of bullish correction. But the chances for a legitimate bullish trend day are starting to fade. We might get some support right here. Might get something like this. Ooh, that is really tempting to play the failed break out there. Oh man. I think I'll wait for a higher low though. Yeah. A range day shocker. What? No one saw that coming. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we get a nice juicy looking higher low. I almost would prefer if we don't get a nice higher low, because this is a little bit dicey. The range is not 100% confirmed. Oh, that's too tall of a bar anyway. I'll take a failed second entry short though, if this pulls back a bit. Come on, buddy, pull back just a little bit more. There we go, there's our second entry short. So this next bar I want to see drop down a little bit more and then turn into a bullish hammer. And then I think I'm going to try to buy it. This bar is not strong enough for me. That might work. I wanted to see a really decisive bar though. If we get one more higher low, I might trade it. Yeah, that is the other thing. We're below the exponential moving averages. That's a good point. Yeah, and that's kind of a doji bar. I'm not going to take that. We might have kind of a shallower channel going like this too. Looks like that one worked. Looks like that higher low worked. If it had finished with a little bit more of a bullish body, I would have tried it. But that wasn't super decisive to me. But it definitely works. We're at 1, 2, 3. I would have scalped out already. I'm gonna mark it on my chart. Oops, not a failed second entry long, failed second entry short, higher low. It was also a triple test. came down and tested this area once, twice. That was the third time on a failed second entry, high or low. It's a good trade. I don't know if any of y'all took that, but that would have been a pretty decent one. If it would have been slightly more bullish, it would have had me in. Yeah, I'm sure Mac took that trade. Yeah, you want to take that one there. You see that triple test, you take that trade. My terrible southern draw. It wasn't even close. You might take that trade. Yep. Legend. Well, if you're having a good time this morning, getting some decent trade ideas, give this video a like, share some love. I guess it's not a video. Give this stream a like. Give me a like me. I like that trade. I like how you wrote that. I like that. Yeah, Jocko, yeah, I think some people are joining in on that, if I'd have to say. That would have been a nice one. That would have been a nice one. Okay, so now that you're bullish, Grant, and it broke that, are you waiting for a retest of the top of that candle? Something like that? Dang, look at this move. But I got no FOMO, even though I didn't take that trade. Called it out, didn't take it. I'm not upset about that. Yeah, Jocko. All right. I dig it. You're talking about, was your entry right here, Jocko? So you kind of saw like a breakout of this little range, breakout, pullback. I could see that. For me to join in on that one, I would have needed to see this bar form lower, right around here, with the body of the bar here, you know, tail coming down here, body right here. I could have joined into that one. Nice macaroons. Yeah, you know, you will miss out on some trades if you do a stop limit, but I really, the more I trade, the more I really do enjoy limit orders, because it is uncanny how many times like if you have a runner, how many times prices will come back and stop out your runner if you have it one tick above the signal bar. But if you do a limit order just a tick or two back, oftentimes it'll protect your runner and you'll get like a massive move. So I definitely am starting to advocate more and more for limit orders. Good work, Zippins. That's hard to walk away when you're green, but good on you for recognizing like where you're at emotionally. And there's always tomorrow's another day. Well, Monday's another day, but anyway, take care, Zippins. Yeah, I don't know about a second entry long here. I don't know. That was a pretty strong move up, but we haven't been able to push above here. Oof, this is a nice one. Gosh, I almost want this to turn bearish, so I'm not tempted. But that's a pretty good looking second entry long. You might take that. You might take that trade. Well, obviously not now. But if this one, now I like this better. If this one ticks down and then turns bullish, I like this better. I like it a lot better. But I will need to see that come down a little bit, which I don't think it's going to do. It looks like it's just going to take off. Five tops, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got the same. I think they're trying to tell us something. I think there's a message here. We still don't even technically have our second entry long. Come on, go lower first. Give us a nice down wick. It's not gonna happen. Just do it. Just do it. I just want to see one more push down with a nice wick and a bullish bar. That's all I want. And then I'll be long. I mean, you could Jocko. You could. It's valid, but you better have a profit target in place, because moves like that can easily just go get the stops and then fall down. Gosh, you guys are tempting me with that. Don't do that. You're making me want to take that trade too. I'm sure it'll work out. There you go. Jocko and macaroons. There they go. Beautiful, guys. Nice. Nice. I like that. Yep, that was a solid move, guys. Braver than me, but I mean, it makes sense. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of orders sitting right above that ceiling. So yeah, you had to know that was going to be a nice green candle. Yeah, exactly, macaroons. That's why it kept me out of that. That can reverse. That can just tick up and then drop. So to me, not super high probability, but if you're willing to risk that, you'll get that. That'll happen half the time for sure. If you're only risking that little bar, yeah, I mean, why not? Yeah, exactly. Who says you can't have a little fun every once in a while? Now we do have a break of this move. A new extreme has been formed. Just keeps pushing up to all those levels that Grant was mentioning. I'm wondering if we have something going on here, because that looks pretty good. See where that ends up. I don't really like it, but yeah, I'm not gonna draw that. Hard to find a larger move today. I'm gonna go to the 10 tick, 10K tick. I think that's pretty clear. Ah, Jocko, don't kill the runner, dude. Don't do that. One rule that I've tried to adopt with runners is, like, just mentally, right when you get into it, think like the runner is free. And obviously that depends on how many contracts you're able to trade, but really the runner should just be a bonus. There should be no worries if it gets stopped for break even or anything, because your main position already scalped out. Having that mental framework has helped me for sure, because then you can really catch some massive moves, let it come back on you a while, wait till there's for sure a nice swing low, put your stop underneath it, and then just keep letting it ride. You can get massive trades on that, but only if you're willing to put up with a little drawdown. Yeah, so on the 10K tick, this definitely looks like a pretty clear break in new extreme. I wonder if there's like a multi-day move here though. That looks pretty legit. Might have that multi-day channel going on. Yep, move it to break even, let it ride. Another tip with runners is you really want to let the swing form. Like, for instance, let's say you were in on, ooh, yeah, we might have a second entry long here. I'm not taking it, it's too high up. We're not close to the EMA. Like, if you were to enter this trade right here, and you got a runner, say you scalped out here, you got a runner, you want to wait to make sure you know where the swings are before putting your stop. So what I mean is, like, say, come on now, say this bar forms, you're like, oh, I'm gonna put it under there. Well, look, this one just ticked you out and then went higher. So I'd wait, you know, wait for all these, and once you get this green bar, then you're like, okay, this is for sure the swing, put it there. Then when you get this move up, you see a red bar and you're like, oh man, I gotta protect it, I'm gonna put it right there. Well, then it gets stopped out and moves up. So don't even do it on this bar. Wait till you have, like, for sure a swing form right in here. Once that green bar goes, then you know that this is your swing and you can put it there. So that's how I do it. Just really let swings form before you consider putting a stop there. Same with this one. You could probably now safely put your swing at your stop below this swing because you have that nice bullish bar. But you wouldn't want to do it on any of these. Even now, you could probably wait. I would wait till we see for sure like another move down and up. But yeah, that's my advice. Wait before you determine what the swing low is. Wait till it actually like starts to move higher. Then you can confirm that, okay, that is the swing low. But if you try to predict the swing low, you're gonna get stopped out and then it's just gonna rocket off. Yeah, I know. Once you get 10 points, it's like, man, just take it. This has been a good day. But you'll be robbing yourself of a 30-point move sometimes. So that's what you got to keep in mind. This is definitely starting to look toppy to me. I would not take a lower high here, no. No, with how bullish this has been, I'm gonna need some serious confirmation before I consider a short. Look at all that, boom. You don't want to trade against that. You don't want to try to fight that stuff. So while I do think that we're gonna start to get a correction here, I definitely want to make sure that's confirmed. So I am going to wait for you know, a legit move down below the EMA. We gotta, prices need to start confirming below the EMA. I might take a failed second entry long if it forms, you know, somewhat like this. But otherwise, I'm probably gonna look for a larger correction. I really want to see us, you know, put in like another swing low, something like that. You know, if we get something like that, now I can consider a short. But other than that, you're just trying to pick a top and it won't go well. Later, Toad. Take care, rest up. See you Monday. Yeah, see, look, this is definitely starting to look top-like, if you will. Yep. Liquidity has been grabbed. We didn't ever get up to that 25 level you're talking about, but good enough for the market makers. Got to see a break below the exponential moving average here. And confirmation. Yeah, that's the cool thing about what I think about ICT so far is that it seems to go pretty hand in hand with these price action patterns, because while we're seeing price action wise a break in new extreme of this channel indicating that this is the end of the move, at the same time, you know, Grant's mentioning that liquidity has been grabbed for all of these orders that were up here, and now if we start to move down, that will be confirmed on, you know, both of those theories. So seems like they really go hand in hand. Price action's just telling the story of all that, right? If that's what's going on, you know, if the market algorithm has moved up to grab orders and now is going down to grab some other orders that are sitting somewhere down there, then price action's telling that story. Yeah, I got the first entry too, so I'm down with trading a failed second entry long here. I like that trade. This would actually be a really great place for it to happen too, if we can move down a little bit more, just so that it happens like a little bit below the EMA. These tops are just looking so geometric. It's hard to ignore this. The bottom of this channel doesn't really go anywhere, but it sure looks valid. Never ticked higher there. You and me both, macaroons. Okay, we could get that failed second entry long here. I want to see a nice push up, a nice big wick right here. So push up, big wick, and then finish bearish. That would be lovely. But again, this has been very bullish on the day, so I don't want to get too antsy on a short because the overall bias definitely bullish. We could just as easily push above the EMA here and just continue on our merry way. Cool, thanks macaroons. Appreciate that. I'll look into T-trades. All right, Grant. All right. Appreciate that shout out, man. That's a pretty bullish bar. I don't know if I look pretty strong. This could be a more shallow move, and we already have our new low. And with the bullish bias, that makes it a little sketchy. Yeah, I think it has upside too. That's kind of where I'm at. A little stacked too right here. I don't know that I like that failure anymore. If we would have taken that failure, see what would have happened. Probably a trap. We'd be sweating right now. We'd definitely be sweating right now. It's such a good feeling to know that, oh look, oh now it would be just sad. It's such a good feeling to skip out on a trade knowing that you just saved yourself some anxiety. I can still enjoy my morning right now. Ooh, look at that bearish bar. If this finishes bearish, man, oh man. Come on now, that's a little tempting, guys. You know that's a little tempting. Jomo. I got Jomo going on. All right, Aaron, I'm gonna take a look at that channel you're talking. Maybe I'll take a look at Aaron's channel so that I'm not tempted to trade any of this. 416 to 422 starting at 724 my time. 724. Oh yeah, you're just talking about that range. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that support going on there. The liquidity was not tooken. Not yet. Or are you talking about... that range, Aaron? Or are you talking about this? Maybe you're talking about this. This something like that. First one. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Yeah. Taking a look at that support. Almost want to keep it low right there. I'll put the midline on it. That might help visualize it better. Speaking of levels, glad that you mentioned that. I remember that we had that measure move we were looking at right here. That really could be up there to 40.34. So we could see a move up that way. But we are really starting to kind of chop around in this little mini range. I don't know that I like this wide range. I'm not sure because this is just so... This is moving so up and down, so volatile. This is for sure a little mini range, so watching it right on the midline there. That looks really nice. I might trade a failed breakout long. If we come down in here, get a nice failed breakout, I might take that long. Still bullish. We don't even have a higher low here. That's what I want to see. Either, you know, a like this, a higher low. That would be like a breakout pullback of this level. Or, like I mentioned, a failed breakout to the downside. Either way, I'm looking long. There we go, baby. Let's go down. Go down to the bottom. Lure in those shorts. Not gonna get it. Not gonna give us what we want today. Gigantic bar, man, oh man. Can't take that. Does look like we have a failed second entry short here. Unfortunately, it's a little too high. Oh, it's not even going to form. Where are we at on the 10K? Still chopping around in bullishness. It does look like we need a wider correction on the 10K chart. Does look like we need to pull back some more, either to the EMA or maybe even all the way down to the bottom of that channel. We still haven't tested this in a long time, so kind of leaning that way that we might come all the way down here and still be bullish, but maybe get a wider correction. So now I'm almost expecting that out of this range to get like a breakout, pullback down here. See if we get that. Yeah, I think so, Aaron. Prices test a certain area and they're just not getting through. Usually we'll go the other way. Oh man, sorry Grant. Sorry about that, man. Hopefully you can remember the feeling. Hold on to that feeling. Remember how crappy that feels to have entered on a rule break and then have to endure the drawdown. That's what keeps me out of breaking my rules is remembering the times that I did and it sucked. So sorry, man. Sorry, man. Send some love to Grant, guys. The 1 OP indicator is also crossing bearish. This really could go either way at this point for me. Like if we get a nice bullish bar here, I'm very tempted to take this back into the range. Or that other pattern that I showed you. Getting that wider correction. It's our correction channel. This thing's turning pretty steep here, guys. What if we just go straight down to the bottom of the channel? Nice little bullish bar right there. It was right into that channel though, so that kept me out of it. We still could get that pattern I was talking about, especially if this turns into a wick. Madhav, there was a nice long yesterday. I waited all day for a good setup. There was a nice long yesterday and was distracted and missed it. There was a good entry. That reminds me, I need to start doing chart review videos at the end of the day. Point out all the things that I see. Right on, Colin. Yeah, man. In the week on a green note. That's the way to go. So congrats on the win this morning. Take care. We'll see ya. See ya on Monday. Monday fun day. Okay, I'll take a nice little higher low here. Had a failed breakout. Nice little move up. We get a move right here with a nice higher low. I'll take that long. Join Grant. Could happen right here, guys. This could be it. This is a key bar right here. Will it be bullish or bearish? This will shape the course of our destiny right here, guys. Whether or not this is a failed breakout or a breakout pullback. But since it's kind of on the edge, I think I'm going to wait for I don't even know if it's going to form, but a failed second entry short that's above the EMA, like that. I think at this point I got to wait for that. Taking a look at the 10K, still kind of same deal. Ooh, we might get a nice higher low second entry long confirmation. We have our second entry long on the 10K EMA. Could be a double trap, double trap there. John, we don't really have an uptrend to look at a second entry long from. For a good second entry long, you want like a solid move up, and then that's when you can look for it. You know, first entry. That's what it should look like that. And notice what we have over here is just kind of, you know, there's no solid move up. We're in a range, so you're not really looking for second entry longs when you have this kind of stuff. You're looking to play range rules. So either failed breakouts or like failed second entries against the move, that kind of thing. Triple tests. We don't really have no, on the bottom of range you're not really looking for a second entry long, because again there's no move up to have a second entry on. That's like the first requirement to have a second entry long, is to have a nice move up. So the bottom of the range, you've come down into it, so there's no, yeah. Hope that makes sense. So we had our first entry short, pull back, first entry short. We are pulling back now. We want just one more entry to the short side that fails. We'll take that long. This would be great if it happens right here. It's right on the EMA as well. This would be a great spot for it to happen. I don't want it to move up too high or too low from this point. This is right the level we want it to happen at. So this bar needs to go bearish. That's what we're looking for. This moves bearish. Yeah, like that. And then we want the next bar to go lower as well, and then reverse. That would be a pretty textbook failed second entry short. There we go, and we ticked lower. So I like this, guys. I like this a lot. Needs to finish bullish though. I'd like to see a little bit more of a wick too, draw in some more shorts. Come on, baby. Here we go. I like this. All right. I'm going to put my order in. I'm canceling. That's kind of a doji. Bummer. Didn't look good. Didn't look good enough. Ah, that sucks. But that's all right. You gotta trade what the market gives you. Now maybe if this bar, yeah, that's my new order entry tool, Aaron. Love it, man. It works really well. Oof, this bar is really tempting. It's getting a little stacked, but man, if this finishes really bullish, I don't think it's going to. Save me from the temptation. Yeah, okay, so that's scrapped. And of course it's gonna work, right? So just to break down what I was looking at there, guys, a pullback, first entry, because we're expecting some bullishness, right? We have this bullish trend. We're expecting a continuation here. So looking for longs. And then we had this pullback, first entry short, pullback, second entry short. Again, if this candle right here would have finished nice and bullish, we would have went long above it. But since it didn't, it was a doji, we waited, and now we're just getting congested, like Aaron mentioned. This is just congestion at this point, so no trade. No trade. And that's okay. I was really hoping for a trade right there, to be honest. I was really wanting it to form, but you gotta trade what's in front of you. Trade what you see, not what you want to see. So with that, guys, congestion, might be a while before something sets up. Got to get going. It's been real. Been a very tough week for sure. Still no trades on our brand new 25K account challenge, but we'll see what we can get in the mornings. Again, take advantage of that Apex sale that's only going to be happening this weekend. Use that code down there, get 80% off. Trade safe, enjoy the rest of your guys' day. In the day green. All right, don't go crazy on Friday. You want to have a nice weekend. So thanks everybody. It's been real. Appreciate you joining me, and we'll see you Monday.